one of the things my dad told me early, and I try to live by this, which is I'll be the first person to tell you when you're good, and I'll be the first person to tell you when you're bad. But you'll never not know where you stand.
Mm-hmm.
And I think of all the times that I struggled in life, whether it be from a coach or working for somebody, be in the military, in the private sector, a lot of it was due to just not knowing where do I stand here? Like, am I doing a good job? Am I doing a bad job? Are you mad? Are you happy? Do you like this? Do you not like this? Like, what do you want? And I try to do that. If I was having a bad game, like he'd be like, you sucked. Like there would be no beating around the bush. He'd be like, you sucked tonight. And that was just what it was. But if it was really good, he would be like, you played great. He's like, that was one of the best games you've ever had. And there was micro versions of that, when it was just like mid game, he's like, you're really blowing it right now. Or, hey, you're doing a great job. Like, shoot the ball. Like, don't even think about it. Just literally let it rip. So I like to think of that in the context of being an athlete. Like, what would put that person in the best position to succeed? And it would be you letting them know exactly where they stand right now.
How do you do that in business? It's easy to think about, hey, you did a great job this month, you're doing a bad job, like in the moment, or for an affiliate or to their coach. I suppose in class, hey, that was great.
Yeah.
Which would then, similar to your dad saying, you're on fire.
Shoot the ball.
Yeah. Now, it's gonna spiral. Now I'm gonna give more cues. I'm gonna be more energetic.
We've talked about this before, but there's some interesting studies about high performing organizations, and they all have two characteristics. One is they have some sort of objective feedback loop, whether it be, evals or whatever. But more importantly than that, they all have high frequency of what they describe as drive-by feedback, meaning that there is a feedback loop that effectively never stops going. And one of the most influential professional experiences of my life, and I would imagine yours is probably the same, is being on seminar staff. There is a never-ending feedback loop with regard to that, with regard to how you do registration, to how you run your groups, to how you do the lecture, to how you show up to the team meetings. Like there's feedback on all of it all the time. It literally never stops. And if you're not used to that environment, it's highly uncomfortable, because most people never get feedback, much less never get critical feedback. And even of the people that do get critical feedback, I would argue the majority of time somebody gets critical feedback, it's in a negative fashion. So to get high frequency feedback from somebody who's not malicious towards you is not only improbable, it's virtually non-existent for most people. So it can become a confusing environment for somebody, because the default response to feedback is probably a visceral reaction. Like, I don't like this. This person hates me. They're out to get me. But they're not. They're just trying to make you better. But we get in the way of that. And it becomes defensive in nature instead of just understanding it's not about you.
Part of that is the right leader is giving you the, hey, you're on fire.
Well, always, right?
But when I think too many people only get the negative stuff. And even on seminar staff, there's moments where like, can I get something?
Anything. I've told you this before, where
EC,
I had this
right?
long conversation with EC years ago. I said, hey, like, where am I doing? And her response was, hey, no news is good news. And I said, no.
Yeah.
I was like, good news is good news. Why does no news have to be good news? You're missing. If we were to put this in context of coaching athletes, if you never said great job and all you gave were the corrective components of the class, but never followed up with affirming good movement and or letting somebody know that they really had great effort or whatever, you'd be missing 50% of the equation.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Praise matters.
Praise absolutely matters. People thrive on praise. I don't care how hard somebody thinks they are. Everybody has some variation of praise that they feed off of. I think the flavor of the praise matters. Some people want to know they're doing a good job. Some people just want other people to acknowledge that they see them working hard. They don't want, hey, you did great. They might just want somebody to be like, hey, dude, I really see you working your ass off over there. Like, I think it's super impressive. Like, that's what some people want. Some people want, they want to be told, that they're doing a good job and that they have a lot of room for improvement. It's like, it's never ending, but yeah, most people never get both sides. And I think if you think about just the way that we approach coaching and then just roll that over into how you're talking with your staff, and it doesn't always have to be a formal conversation. It can just be literally like, that was a great class. Like, everybody in there is having a good time. Or, hey, like, I think I told somebody this the other day. Oh, it was Blake she does a lot of the comms and designs. And I said, hey, I just want to let you know, like, it's really cool that you do such a good job with the newsletter. Like, it's on time, it's out, like basically the first or second of every single month, fully populated with all the things in there, like clockwork every single time. And that seems like not a big deal, but how many gyms do you know, or how many times have you seen a newsletter that doesn't go out on time? Like 99% of the time.
Especially when it's not done by the owner.
Correct, right? So it's stuff like that, and people just want to be, everybody wants to be seen.
A little bit of that goes such a long way, you're right, especially when people aren't expecting it, which they often aren't because they just don't get it.
Well, have you read the book Giftology?
No.
I'll give you the Reader's Digest version, but in the book Giftology, the whole book is about gift giving, but it's really just about acknowledgement and praise. But what they were talking about is simply changing the time delivery for something like a present completely changes the interaction. Yeah. So if you get a birthday present on your birthday, it's expected. So it inherently diminishes the value of the gift. If you get a gift on a random Tuesday that has nothing to do with anything, the same gift given just on a different day has like 10x the return on the relationship, the way it's received, the value that it has to that person, and now even means more to them. It's with the exact same gift to the exact same person, just not in a window of time that's expected, changes it. And the same thing goes for feedback. If they run a huge event and they do a good job, there's some expectation at the end of the event, you will tell them, great job. But if you tell them that on a random Wednesday based on how they clean the bathroom, that's different. Yeah.